just, by signs we can also, run the show. Fine. So I'm waiting for your signal, for the green light.
We are live. Assalamu alaikum and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, dear viewers. Once again for joining my session, my channel, FAH. And as previously, we have been talking about different topics like fintech, blockchain, and cryptocurrencies and all that. So this time, we were of the opinion, and based on the demand from many of the audiences and new listeners and viewers and all that, so that we can have a different topic in today's time. So the topic today is how successful business leaders practice 5Ds to challenge decision traps. For that purpose, I have requested Mr. Munawwar Hameed Mangalwala to join me today to share his inputs, to share his views, that what are the essential traits a business leader must have in order to have a successful business decisions. Now, we have observed it that there are many people who have approached us, and there are many people who wants to be an entrepreneur, who wants to start their own businesses, who wants to start their own entities with the good ideas, and no doubt with the good ideas. But no idea unless and until it's going to be valid, no idea unless and until it's going to be effective, unless and until you carry a good business leadership skills. That is the essential part. So for that purpose, I will just introduce my guest to you, Mr. Munawwar. Mr. Munawwar, he is an academic counselor and faculty member at Karachi Institute of Economics and Technology. He has almost 36 years of experience as an academician and practitioner in Pakistan and Oman simultaneously. He is also a member of editorial board for International Journal for Applied Sciences and Management at Waljat College in Muscat, Oman. And the most important and most common factor which I and Mr. Munawwar share is that we both belong to the same alma mater, that is Hamdard University. So we both are the products of Hamdard University. So Mr. Munawwar, Assalamu alaikum and welcome to my channel.
Walaikum assalam, Faisal bhai. Now here, guess it is good to you, I am sure.
All right, great. Thank you very much for your time and to share your inputs. Definitely, our audiences will be, since you have a very vast experience in teaching business leaders and counseling new students and all that. So definitely, I will be appreciating it that if you can come up with your good, insightful, and input for our listeners and viewers, so that it can help them that when they become entrepreneurs or when they intend to start up a new business, so they must keep in mind what are the essential parts, what are the essential leadership skills they must carry with themselves. Munawwar Saab, to start up with, the first thing which comes to my mind when I'm speaking with you, such a learned person, no doubt, and for my own knowledge and for my own understanding, what actually are the 5Ds? If we talk about 5Ds, I'd just like to know today and take this opportunity, what are actually the 5Ds?
Fine. When we talk about life, when we talk about stakeholders, when we talk about people, so basically people are closely related to what? People are closely related to businesses. Basically, they are the stakeholders. So you as a stakeholder, you are a stakeholder of a business, and you thought one day that I want to do something amazing. You are a boy who is studying in college, or you are in a business, but you lost. So what's the first D which takes you at the exact point which is required, which is needed to get the success? and that is dream. Dream in such a way that it should be dream big. I mean the vision. The definition of vision is a picture of future in your mind. It means if you are having a vision, and due to that specific vision, you are going to set your path, you are going to set your direction. It means basically you are at the right path. The first D stands for dream. Your dream should be so strong. I mean, it should be very clear. You should know where exactly you want to go. So basically, in business terms, we can say that an organization or an individual must have a vision. For example, when I was in Oman and I was many people, I mean, I was adding value. So I thought that when I will go back to Pakistan, I will create an organization. By that organization, I can serve people of Pakistan. So what did I do? I created an organization, and that was a vision. That was a vision. I mean, the direction. Now I took a direction. So basically, when there is a dream. So what Knowledge Pakistan? Knowledge is not. I'm the founder educationist of Knowledge Pakistan, but Knowledge Pakistan is of Mr. Faisal A. Hussain. Knowledge Pakistan is for Knowledge Pakistan is for every individual in any part of the world he serving or living. He can add value by that platform. So basically, the first thing should be vision, and that vision is closely connected to dream. So the first D is dream. So now, if you want to convert a dream into reality, you must have direction. You see, it is a common saying, if you do not know where you want to go, you will go at a place where you never wanted to go. What does it mean? It means if your direction is not set, if you are not aware that where exactly you are going to lead, where exactly you are supposed to reach, it means basically whatever you are doing, you are controlling everything. For that, what you should know, for that you should know that you do not know that you do not know. But at that stage, you do not know. But when the knowledge improves, you know that you do not know. At least you are at this stage that now you are aware of this thing. And when the knowledge goes up, you know that you know. And this is the point where the direction comes. That you know you know your exact direction. And then finally, you do not know that you know. It means during direction, during that way where you are going to achieve, there are certain things come to you, and finally you adjust with those things because of there is lot of material, lot of stuff in your mind, and basically what you are doing, you are engaging yourself in such a way that you are going towards, you are going to achieve your vision, you are going to achieve your goal. And for goal, when we talk about goal, we should know that next D is desire. If you do not have a desire, and desire should be what sort of desire? A burning desire. There should be a burning desire. When desire is converted in a burning desire, you are able to achieve. It means burning desire to goal setting. Every day a objectives. I used to explain to my students, I always knowledge in such a way that if a person wants to become Hafiz the Quran, it basically that is a goal. And to achieve that specific aim, what he has to do, he has to achieve the objective. Chapter number 1, he remembered by, he learned by. Chapter number 2, he remembered. So chapter number 1, chapter number 2. So what he is doing basically, he is achieving the objective. And a day comes that all the objectives are converted into what? It means the goal is there. It means he has achieved the goal. His objective are taking him to where? Taking him to goal. And If he is having the goal, it means he has the desire. And for this desire to achieving, to having these desires, he must know one thing, that direction should be correct. If the direction is not correct, he is unable to achieve his vision. You see, we generally say, do the right thing. Excuse me, do the right thing is not a complete sentence. Do the right thing right. This must be known to the people. Right thing in the right way.
I guess we are having a
Direction.
connectivity issue here. Organizers, please, can you assist Munawwar sir?
Achieve your vision. And finally, what happens? Life is sometimes life you and you have. So basically, the story of the which is your father, a paradox that you cannot achieve your vision. And sir, when we talk about
I'm sorry, viewers. Today we are facing a little bit of a connectivity issue. Very unfortunate uh, that we are living in the world of internet and connectivity, and we are at their mercy. Uh, Mr. Munawwar is going to take a little time to rejoin us, so just be patient. And by that time, I'll take it over. In my opinion, I mean, like if you talk about the business leaders and those some of you who are intending to start their own businesses in the near future as an entrepreneurs and all that, the basic and the most important what I think about the skills and the trait of a business leader is that the business leader take the heat and pressure and confine it to themselves and not to pass it on to their peers, to their colleagues, or to their employees, and let the momentum be light and encouraging in the working environment. That's the main thing is pressures will come
can you
and
hear me
go.
now?
And when the pressures come to you, that is actually where you show the skills of a good and effective business leader. You are not supposed to pass on that pressure to your peers, to your colleagues, so that they also get disgruntled, they also get distracted, and all that, and etc. So the best practice here is that the good business leader keeps the pressure and the heat to himself. Rather, he pass on the encouragement, the accreditation, and the good work, and acknowledgement of the good work of their team. So that is the main skill and a main trait what I consider in a good
Ji.
business leader is. Well, we have Mr. Munawwar back. Mr. Munawwar, you can hear me now.
Yes, sir. I
Uh,
can hear you. Can you hear me now as well?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. Okay, Mr. Munawwar,
Can you hear me?
I mean, you have given us a
Lovely.
good insights. I mean, like, my next question is going to be, is well, I'm sure about it, but I would request you to just go into a more little detail as how vision is so important for success.
Yes. You see, you can take an example. The live example is Arnold. Arnold, he was basically in Australia, and what did he do? He thought, why should I stay here in this country? I want to go at a place where I can see the big business, the success is there, and all these things. So, what did he do? he created a vision at first that I want to get success at a place which is my direction, which is my goal. So what did he do? He once, you see what happens basically whenever you're going to achieve the importance of vision, we cannot deny to it. The reason is what? Because of without vision we cannot achieve anything. And for that we should have a power of what? A power of karma. You see, when we discuss about vision and we do not understand the concept of karma, it means we are unable to achieve or we are unable to see the real picture of vision. So when we discuss about karma, it means what? As I said, life is not a straight line. It will take you up, it will take you down. So basically at that point of time, your determination with karma, you will make a hit. And when we discuss about karma, what does it mean? It means the first important alphabet or letter of karma is P, positivity. You must have that much positivity. I'm telling you truth. I You can bring people from any part of the world in any amount. I'm sorry, they cannot make me a negative person. The amount of energy, which is a positive energy in me, every day I accumulate. What do I do? You see, when we discuss about the eight wonder of this, then we say that is basically when we are discussing about interest, compounding is basically the eighth wonder of the world. So when I compound my energy of positiveness with the next one, when I'm going to inform them, it means it is multiplying. So when you are a positive person, the people will ask you, you can't do that, excuse me. You should give them an excuse me, because of you cannot change the people. You can change only one person, and that is Munawwar Hameed. Munawwar Hameed can change only one person, and he can go with his positiveness, his power of positiveness to achieve his vision. Because of without vision, I cannot achieve anything. Because of when I started my career from a shop. At that time, I was working at a shop at Zainab Market, and my vision was that I will teach university. I will teach Karachi school. So what? Teaching in Karachi Grammar School, you're working in Zainab Market as a sales boy. Excuse me, sit down, Mr. Munawwar Hameed. It is not possible. Again, I'm not telling my story. I'm just telling you the truth. That if there is a positive power in you, you can always go up. And to have that positive power, the second letter of karma is engagement, engrossment. You see, a mother holds the child, the the mother holds the newborn baby in such a way that she forgets each and everything of the world. She's involved, she's engrossed, she's engaged. So when you are going to achieve your business goals, when you are going to have your vision clear, you want a clear vision, you have to engage in that activity. Because of you can read thousand books of related to motivation, related to karma. If you are not a doer, you cannot do the things. And for that,
Okay.
for
Mr. Munawwar,
engagement, you must be self-motivated.
yeah, Mr. Munawwar, I have a question from our regular viewer. It's Zainab, and she's asking me, how do we bring more investors in business? Zainab, the investors will come automatically unless and until you have got a validated and a concrete business plan and a business idea. If the business idea is good, the investors will come automatically. You don't have to approach them. So make sure that your business plan and the business idea that is effective. You take a recent example of one of the companies in Baikia, right? It started very low, and today it's a very, very much growing entity. So this is what it depends all that you have to think out of the box. This is what here I and Mr. Munawwar are trying to inculcate. The business leaders have always must have the ability to think out of the box. Once you have this habit of thinking out of the box, which others are not thinking and you are thinking, then definitely you will not have the problem in generating businesses. Okay, Munawwar Saab, I'll go to my next question is.
And another thing I would like to add something here.
Sure,
I would like
sure.
to add here for Zainab. Look, Zainab, there is one concept here, and that's called bird in hand. Whenever the resources which is available to you, you are going to apply, you are going to utilize those resources, then you can attract the people. So bird in hand is very important. What exactly you, whatever you have in your hand, at first you need to invest that specific amount or those resources in the business, then you can attract the people. Sir.
Okay, Mr. Munawwar. Thank you very much. Sir, my another question to you is the principle, or what you call it, like a mechanism, or that count your day or make your day count for a business leader. Which one do you think is the most
That's amazing.
appropriate one
That's
in our
amazing.
today's side?
That's amazing. Yeah, I tell you, that's amazing. You see, one of my students, she was my student at Karachi Grammar School, and at the moment, basically, you must have heard about Sharmeen Ubaid. Sharmeen is a student of mine, as well as there is another student of mine. Her name is Sabah Kareem. She's a graduate from Oxford. So when generally what happens, I make my day count. What does it mean? What do I mean by this? It means every day I do some activity due to which I can add value for the people of this world. What do I mean? Inspire people. You see, when you're inspiring people by your product, by your activities, it means basic. You see, I know this thing. This world is basically thoka. We know that this world is basically is no existence in this way that I cannot, I mean, live till 500 years. But my organization, my generations, because of I know I come empty hand, I will go empty hand. But the most important thing when you make your day count means what exactly you did for the next generation, what exactly you did something by which the people who are junior to you generally they can get the benefit, and for that you have to self-motivate it. You see, there were two birds, they were flying. The motivation is next letter in Parma. So two birds were flying, and suddenly a rocket, there was a rocket, and rocket moved from there. And then the little bird asked to the bird, which was, which you can say that are elder sister, Baji, Baji, what is this? So the big bird told to a small bird, it is a very, very big bird. At the back of, at the tail of this bird, someone has created fire. Someone has fire. So there should be a fire in you. Then you can motivate yourself, then you can motivate other people, otherwise you can't that. And to achieve your vision, to make your day count, you must be responsible, which is the next letter of Parma. The people who are not responsible, they cannot do the things. For example, at the moment I was supposed to come in the show, and if I or you, we can show an excuse, it means we are not responsible people. So finally what happens, when you make your day count, the last alphabet of Parma is accomplishment. You feel yourself that today's day was clicked. Today you did something special due to which you added value in this world. So this was the answer of your question, that we how can we make our day count.
Okay. Now, Munawwar sir, I'm not talking to you. All of a sudden, spontaneously, a question came to my mind while listening to you. That since, as I said it, that we both come from the same alma mater, Hamdard University. So I will quote one of the quotation of one
That's
of
fine.
our best mentors, Hakim Saeed Shahi Saab. Love Pakistan and build Pakistan. I'm sure you must be knowing that.
Very good.
So when it comes to
True.
that, I will say, I would like to know from your side, why Pakistan first?
Will you please repeat the question? What did you say?
Why Pakistan first?
Why Pakistan first? Very important. You see, history is very important. The people, the nations, the people or nation who forget their history, they have अपनी मट्टी पे चलने का सलीका सीखो, संगी मरमर पे चलोगे तो फिसल जाओगे. Pakistan first, because of Pakistan was not given to us in a tray. Pakistan was not given to us as a gift in a plate. We have given lot of sacrification, and on the basis of those sacrifications, we should know that Pakistan first. And saying Pakistan first is not enough. We must find out at first our generation, the people who start a business, at first they should unleash their talent. What exactly they want to do. When you are going to unleash your talent, the next step that you are supposed to convert, transform your talent into a skill. When you are going to transform your talent into a skill, then you can see Pakistan first, I will say, due to another reason. And another reason is also there, that we should have moral values. We must have, we should not, we should not have moral bankruptcy. It means our aim to have, we should leave a legacy behind. On the basis of that, our generation can understand, because of Pakistan is not the name of mountain, Pakistan is not the name of river or sea. Pakistan is the name of the people. It means when we are adding value to our business, it means we are adding value to Pakistan, and by this basically we can basically I can create love to the people of Pakistan. So this was basically why Pakistan. This was the answer for that.
Okay. We have got a question from Aisha from Canada, one of our regular viewers also. And Aisha, for your question, I already mentioned it that about the main traits a business leader should have is to maintain his attitude towards the employees, and he must have the capacity and the capability to handle the pressures in an effective way, rather passing on to their or his peers, colleagues, and overreacting it on small issues. Because I have seen on many instances where the business leaders actually they themselves are not very much clear on their visions, and then they themselves get confused, and then at the end of the day the heat comes on to their peers and colleagues and to their employees, which is unfair. So first of all, the most important, the leader
Very
has to
right.
be clear in his or her own ambitions, what they are planning to do, and then brief the staff accordingly. So this is my question, my answer to your question. Munawwar Saab, anything else from your side? We have another question, Munawwar
In this
Saab,
connection, I would
from
like to say
Suleiman
that
Saeed. We have another question from Suleiman Saeed from Oman. When will I face issues on my business like loss in sales of my product? The question is pretty vague, Suleiman, but we'll try to answer this question as per our understanding. So, Munawwar Saab, will you be able to pass on your comments on that?
yeah, fortunately, Suleiman. Fortunately, I'm lucky that Suleiman was my student when I was
Okay.
teaching in College of Technology, and we generally we. So, Suleiman, when we discuss about a product, you're saying when will I face issue on my business like loss in sale? The question arises. This is this is a very open question. In fact, at first you have to decide that why did you make a plan in such a way? Why didn't you go before you see the losses? You are supposed to make a plan. You should know that what is break-even point. You must know how to calculate contribution margin. You must know how to calculate. How do you know about the fixed cost? So before you do not make a plan, that what type of cost you are going to, because of, you see, in life we have two masters, and these two masters are always with us. One is called pleasure and one is called pain. Pain and pleasure, they go hand in hand. They go with us from birth to till death. Now the question arises, the people who are intelligent, they always try to be with the pleasure, and whenever they are in pain, try to convert the things in such a way that pain becomes pleasure. It means as an accounting student, as a finance student, I can always say that cost benefit analysis. So when you are going to calculate the cost, at first you should know that what sort of costs are there. Costs are controllable or non-controllable. How can you improve your revenue, and how can you add more revenue in such a way that you can enter into a new market. And for that, you should know that you should go with a big vision. There should not be any window dressing. You see, when we discuss about window dressing, I mean, this very beautiful example I read in a book. The title of the book was Advanced Accounting. And in that book, which is written by William Spiegel, so he says that a boy used to come at 5 o'clock from his office, and every day by his window, when he see another building, in that window a lady used to come, and both of them, they are saying hello, hi. And one day he says, I want to come and I want to see you there, and the lady says, come. And when he entered to that specific apartment, a maid comes and she says, okay, please sit down. And he sits down, and he was waiting for her, and then the lady came, and the lady was on wheelchair. You see, basically his vision was, he was not having the clarity of mind. He did not see the whole picture. We are supposed to, whenever we are having the losses, it means we are not having the full picture. The first important issue when we discuss about the losses in sale is location, location, location. If you are not selling your product at the right location, it means definitely you are going to see the losses.
Okay, thank you very much. We have got a question from Anam. She's asking what steps do we need to promote our business? Anam, the only step which you need to take to promote your business is first, that what Munawwar Saab has said, you have to do the cost benefit analysis of each and every of your product. You need to have a very good, effective, streamlined business plan which needs to be implemented. So then you have to do your analysis, your marketing analysis, and all that. Second question is for Muniza. Yes, Muniza, there is a lot of potential available in Pakistan for startup businesses. There are a lot of misconceptions that that unless and until you have a huge equity, you cannot do something. No, that is not true. With a small equity also, I have experienced people with a good business idea, good business plan, with a small equity, they have flourished it. And Pakistan is still a virgin land in terms of entrepreneurs. But now, slowly and gradually, we are seeing good entrepreneurs entering the market in terms of fintech, in terms of, I mean, I'm talking from my field side, but on the other side also, I'm sure. So, yes, Pakistan is a very good market. Thank you, Munawwar Saab, for joining me today. We have run out of our time. And
Sir, one more thing which we must understand, that there are few decision traps, and entrepreneur must know those traps. For example, one I would like to share here, and that is sunk cost trap. Because we don't have we have limited time, so I would like to just share this one sunk cost share. I would like to share here a story of a baby elephant. Some people went and some people wanted an elephant in their city, in the zoo. And they thought that buying big elephant is very expensive, and there are many problems. So what did they do? They went and they brought a baby elephant. And initially the baby elephant was not happy. So what they do? They took a chain, and with chain they attached some sharp nails. So whenever baby elephant trying to come out from those specific chain, he was feeling trouble. By the passage of time, what happens? By the passage of time, the baby elephant made a mind, because this was basically historical cost trap. So he made a mind that, okay, fine, I cannot go away from this specific chain. Later, that chain was converted into a thin rope, and after 7 years, the elephant was heavy, and he was moving here and there. But whenever the people, they want to stand at a place, the same rope they are using, and the elephant having a mindset that I cannot go away from this specific rope. The reason is this: because of I cannot, break it. So in business, we must understand that we should keep ourselves away from these decision traps.
okay. Thank you, Munawwar Saab. In my opinion, decision trap, I will also share my thoughts with you all simultaneously, is the uncertainty. Never live in the world of uncertainties. Make a decision, go for it. I will quote here Jinnah Saab, our founder. he said one thing which I believe 100% and I follow it uh, due diligently in my personal as well as professional life. Before taking a decision, think 100 times. Think 100 times before taking a decision. But once you have taken a
Qaeda
decision,
Azam said.
don't go back. Then stand by it
True.
and then go for it. So uncertainties is the biggest killer. That you are planning to do something and at the
Very
end of
right.
the day you are having uncertainty whether I'll be successful or not. That's uncertainty. Unnecessary delays, unnecessary thought process. These are all one of the part of the decision trap which actually distract you from taking the right decisions. So what my opinion
Very right.
and my humble suggestion to all of you, whenever you're taking a decision, remember Jinasa. Think 100 times. But once you have taken up the decision, be a man of word, be a woman of word, don't stand back. Stand on it. That's the firm decision which I can say. Now, in the end, thank you, Munawwar Sir, for your time and your thoughtful insights. Definitely, myself as well as the viewers, I'm sure, have learned a lot. And it was indeed a pleasure having you
Thank you,
on
sir.
my forum today. And once again, I thank you all. And in my last words, what I have learned from people like Munawwar Saab and some other mentors whom I have met in my life, business leader traits are that they clarify the complexity of the issues more clearly and succinctly. They embrace, rather, they inculcate the culture of new thinking in the organizations, within the peers, within the employers. They balance confidence and humility. Most importantly, they set high standards. But that high standards that should be realistic in rationale. You cannot have the high standards setting up, but you are not fully equipped with it. So set standards one by one, keep going in. And they avoid distractions, which I explained to you all earlier. Distraction, like one day you have decided that you are going to launch one product, and some other day any of your friend comes in and say, no, this is the better idea, and again you got distracted. No, you go with your thought process. You go with your analysis. Have faith in yourself. Think about it, consult with the people, consult with the experts on it, but be on it what you think is the right thing. And at the end, I'm sure some people will like it and some not. Once I was working for an organization and we were talking about it, and it's a quotation from my one of my mentor. So we were saying that the people are working hard. So he replied very politely, saying, Faisal, even donkeys work hard. Inculcate in your people they work smart. So that is what the business leader have to inculcate in their team, to work smart. uh, to end off, Munawwar Saab, last statement which I would like to have from you. Now again, the second stream or the second wave of corona is knocking our doors. We don't know when they are going to enter, whether we welcome them or not, but they will. And since we are hearing that Spain is in lockdown for 6 months, UK is going on a lockdown. What do you suggest? One statement from your side as a closing remark that the business leader should keep in mind that before the
Um,
second wave hit you, what precautionary measures they need to be taken in advance.
for the answer, I just recalled, I remember a quotation of William Feather, and he says, and I quote, conditions are never just right. People who delay action until all factors are favorable are the kind who do nothing.
Thank you
Every
very much,
day,
Munawwar
my
Saab. And
last line, every
sure,
day
sure.
make your day count.
Perfectly sounds good. And to add to Munawwar Saab, my last line is whenever you go to the bed to sleep, just think what you did in that day that was constructive and that was useless, where you wasted your time, where you consumed your time in a concrete and an effective manner. That's where you are going to see and observe yourself an improvement on a daily basis. Thank you all very much. Thank you for visiting my channel. Next week, inshallah, we'll be coming up with a new topic, with a new guest. So long. Take care of yourself. Khuda Hafiz. Goodbye. Thank you, Munawwar sir.